After the emergence of ZA3, you no longer need to buy expensive branded Class AB amplifiers to get good hi-fi sound. You can spend 5 times less money and get sound quality comparable to renowned brand. Don't believe it? Come, listen and compare at the Premium Hi-Fi Studio. We are located in Riga and can provide sound for any space. Chinese manufacturers of affordable audio equipment are still not tired of hearing constant criticism about the exaggerated power of their products. The Fosi Audio ZA3 is no exception. Traditionally, the Chinese indicate the power of the amplification chip rather than the amplifier itself. The ZA3 can be ordered with two power supply options, 32 volts 5 amps and 48 volts 5 amps. At Premium Hi-Fi we use the 32 volts version for testing, and it's a nod. Why? You'll find out shortly. The amplifier turned out to be quite mature despite its compact size. It has a metal case with rounded corners, ventilation holes on the sides, an orange volume knob that turns the amplifier on and off with a long press, and aviation-style switches for mode selection. On the left you can choose between RCA or XLR inputs, and on the right between bridged mono or traditional stereo. It looks very attractive and elegant. The volume control knob can also be black. On the back there are RCA and XLR connectors for connecting the source, and RCA output for connecting an active subwoofer, which is very unusual for a power amplifier and not found in classic branded hi-fi, and inexpensive terminals for connecting speakers. Interestingly, there is also a 12-volt trigger input that allows you to use your source of DAC as a remote control for turning the amplifier on and off. Inside, there is an American TPA3255 chip from the American company Texas Instruments, known for its innovation in the field of Class D amplifier development. According to the chip's datasheet, with an 8 ohm load, the chip indeed delivers about 180 watts per channel, provided this is a sufficient power supply. However, there is one nuance. Beyond 100 watts, the chip breaks into distortion exceeding 10% with an 8 ohm load, the red line on the graph. Therefore, the conclusion is that the 32-volt power supply is optimal for high-quality sound when connecting 8-ohm speakers. It's better if the speakers are 4 ohm, as there are fewer distortion at maximum power, the black line on the graph. And in that case, you can use the 48-volt power supply. Approximately 70 to 75 watts of real power per channel can be achieved using the 32-volt power supply, avoiding the high distortion zone. But the specification indicates 2 times 180 watts. In general, we believe cautiously. We calculate the power based on the power supply. 32 volts multiplied by 5 amps gives 160 watts, minus 10% for the energy losses in the Class D amplifier. In total, you get 144 watts of power for both channels, or 1 in mono mode. Roughly such arithmetic. In my opinion, even 10 to 15 watts of power per channel is enough for an apartment. Of course, the sound pressure is influenced by the speaker sensitivity. The higher it is, the louder the sound will be. Although the guys from Fosi Audio did not skimp on various good components, such as German WIMA capacitors, Japanese Sumide inductors, and Japanese ELNA and NCC capacitors. Moreover, happy audiophiles can change operational amplifiers themselves and experience audio bliss from change in sound character. I listened to the amplifier with the Fosi Audio ZA3 DAC and 2 pairs of speakers. Magnat Signature 703 with a resistance of 4 to 6 ohms and a sensitivity of 91 dB, and Sonos Faber Lumina 2 with a resistance of 4 ohms and sensitivity of 86 dB. Of course, the chosen speakers influence the sound character. I liked the sound more with Magnat. Beautiful, clear sound with deep bass, emotional mids and very clear, slightly emphasized highs. The amplifier works easily with sensitive speakers. With the Sonos Faber Lumina 2, the amplifier had a harder time. It sounded noticeably quieter, but still beautiful and very bass-heavy. Despite the modest price by hi-fi industry standards, I see no reason to buy a branded amplifier for 500 or 1000 euros for speakers up to 1000 euros. Even the phantom images of musicians are clearly distinguishable when listening. Very good for a price of around 140 euros. There is enough energy in the amplifier for both cinema sound and listening to music or any genre, despite the traditional Chinese manipulation with parameters in the description. Branded amplifiers are several times more expensive, and I let you in on a secret. They don't sound better, they just look more solid and allow you to connect more sources. Sometimes they even have a cheap DAC on board, but if you have one source and a good DAC, then a budget Chinese amplifier is just right. As I mentioned it earlier, the ZA3 can operate in mono mode, and you can connect a separate amplifier to each speaker. This provides the following advantages: better channel separation, resulting in a deeper and more holographic soundstage, more power to one speaker, resulting in better resolution, higher detail, and improved sound clarity. Just don't think that by installing two amplifiers instead of one, you will improve the sound quality twice. In hi-fi, doubling the price of components usually brings a subjective 10% improvement in sound quality. So, calculate now how much money you need to spend to double the sound quality of your system and write to me in the comment about what you get. Many music lovers use inexpensive amplifiers with cheap speakers. Try them with more expensive speakers, and you'll be amazed at how great they sound. That's all for now, dear friends, and may the force of the right sound be with you.